welcome back to CJ Race Cars YouTube channel. Today is May 18th. It's a Tuesday. I don't know how many of you guys have been keeping up with Justins Swanstrom's Lexus build that we've been doing for the No Prep Kings deal, but it left here Monday morning at 3:30. So I gave all the guys a day off yesterday except for Corky and Troy. They kind of held down the shop yesterday while we weren't here, but a lot of guys worked a lot of hours last week. I think Jesse worked probably over 70. Danny clocked out at 3:30 Monday morning with 89.5 hours. So we were all pretty wore out, and I felt like we needed a day off to rest. So that being said, as many of you guys have been watching this stuff, Justin's car has been kind of like an all hands on deck deal. The car's done. It came out awesome. The car's at Modern Racing now. They're doing the wiring. I talked to Justin today. I think they've already started on the wiring. They're putting a new transmission in. When we had it, we just had a mock-up in it. So that thing's going together pretty good. It'll be awesome to see it done. I think when he does his first No Prep Kings race, I'm going to take me and the guys up to the race in Ohio. So we could be there to help and just watch. It's something a lot of the guys in the shop have a lot of time in, take a lot of pride in what they do. So it'd be cool to see them out there and see them doing good with the car. But on that note, now that the car is gone, it's got 5 of us freed up to do other stuff. We have a few jobs that are really close to being finished. Some of the stuff we've shown you, some we haven't. Obviously, we're going to be pretty hard on the Scion now. Jesse's out there working on it as we speak. Eddie's got a little bit of welding to do on it. The Monte Carlo's close. The 56 Chevy's really close. We got 2 F-bodies that are coming together. 67 Camaro over there that's off the jig, getting ready to get some sheet metal work. So that being said, we're going to have a ton of content for you guys coming up here shortly. I won't kill you with too much content. I'm only going to do 3 or 4 videos a week. I don't want you guys to get sick of us. But for today, I'm going to take you out there. Jesse's working on a wing. I'm going to show you the rest of the sheet metal works Troy's been doing on the G-body. He's got the back bulkhead done. That thing's just about wrapped up. Danny's doing a seat mount for it. Needs a little bit of welding tomorrow, and that's about it.
Sneaking up on me, huh? I knew it was coming.
Got Jesse Parrott back over here on the FRS. Gonna be wide open on this project now that Justins Lexus is gone. That freed up pretty much everybody to get on some different projects, which will be good to show you guys and good for the customers also. What do you got going on here, Jesse? Paper mache or something?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Need to get some different bags of candy.
Get some what?
Some different candy.
Some different candy?
Yeah. So we can make the pinata.
Oh, pinata. I got you.
Yeah. I'm just trying to piece it together so I can lay it on the aluminum. Get some.
You see what he does? I think we did a video when you did Justin's wing.
Yeah.
On here, you got a pretty good idea, but the fine line tape is what the front of the wing is going to be, and then he does a template here.
Yeah, because once you lay it all flat on the piece of aluminum, like it's a different shape, you know, without the bends in it. So
Right.
I need to kind of simulate it.
Yeah, because usually a lot of times, like on Justin's car, I think the deck, the top of the wing is flat usually, but on this car, it's going to have 2 brakes in it.
This was curved. I rolled the side.
Had a little roll,
yeah.
But this is going to have like 2 radius brakes to follow the deck lid, the way the deck lid kind of goes up here and then back flat. So, yeah.
Something really different. I've never seen one like this.
Yeah. This car is actually really cool. I really like this body, especially now that PMAR did the cowl and stuff. So the wing on a car, any car, doesn't matter what car, the wing and the wheels and stuff like that makes or break a car. If you do a wing like that wing Jesse did on that RS SS on the last video we posted for the powder coat.
That black Camaro on Highway 60.
Yeah, that wing was kind of rough. So you don't want to do that. You want to kind of make sure the wing looks good and the sides are proportioned to the body. And obviously a car that's going to go this fast, this car should go 250 or 260 miles an hour in a quarter mile. It needs a certain style of wing. It's a lot more important on this car than a car that's only going to go maybe 140 or 50 miles an hour. So Jesse's getting the wing done, and then he's going to finish up a few little sheet metal pieces. Eddie's got some welding to do on it, and this one will be at the powder coat also. Be a lot of cool stuff to show you, and hopefully Jesse can get some WD-40 on his chair. That thing's squeaky, man. We need some WD-40 on there or something.
No, it's supposed to be like that.
It's supposed to be like that?
Yeah. So it sounds like I'm working.
Troy!
Greetings.
What you got going on?
I don't know.
You don't know?
For real.
He's for real this time. He's got all the bulkhead finished up, I think, right? Bulkhead, the front of the floor is all finished.
Yeah.
Thing's coming out awesome. Super close to being done. You got Danny over there finishing up the seat mount, some seat belt tabs. It's got to get painted. Eddie's going to do a little welding. There you go. See him? Look at him waving right there.
He's waving.
He's waving.
I wave.
You wave?
Yeah, I wave.
Just don't want to talk, or
I
wave and talk? It's good,
not
but
much to say. You said it all.
but yeah, what's the update on this one, Troy? I think it's pretty close, right? End of the week will be pretty close. Got the battery mounted, fuel cells mounted,
Pretty close.
chassis stuff done other than some welding.
Some welding?
I think so, right?
Yep. We got a little bit going with some tin back here. Close off the trunk area.
It's a new upper limits battery mount. That thing's super nice.
Yeah, they're.
If anyone needs any of these battery mounts right here, get with us. They're really nice pieces. And I think he's got a fuel cell. How big's that fuel cell that goes in there, Troy?
Giant.
About 15 gallons or something?
Ish.
15 gallon fuel
Street car
cell.
size.
Yep, fuel cell. And then he's got a water box going in over here. A few pieces of sheet metal. Everything else is done. The rear end's done. I'll show you that. The rear end's done. The brakes are in it, completely assembled. Upper and lower control arms are powder coated. Parachute mounts powder coated. All that stuff's done. I think Jesse has a template for the wing. You got a template for the wing on this, right, Jesse? You got a template for the wing?
I already made a wing.
He already got a wing. He's got a wing already made for this, so the wing's just got to be put back together.
I think it's on the shelf over there.
He's got a wing somewhere. He doesn't know. He might have it. He might have put on that Camaro last week. I don't know. So anyways, we'll be showing you this one finished up here pretty soon. He got a little bit of painting on the cage to do on some tubes that just got put in that Danny did. The X Danny just did. Some gussets. He's over there hiding somewhere.
Yeah, we gotta put paint on the tubes I put in. We also gotta put paint on the tubes I had to take the paint off of.
Yeah, the
to put tubes on.
Got the window net mount in there. It's a Tim McCamus window net kit. We get a custom window net made from Stroud. We take a template, make our own template so it fits real good. It's not like a generic regular deal that kind of fits sloppy. It fits real good.
Each one is custom.
Each one's custom. All sheet metal. Troy's got down the bulkhead I was just telling you about. All that came out awesome. It's all tied in good together. Jesse's got the pattern over here for the wing. I just showed it to you on the car. He's got to tape it down, do a center line, and mark it out, but let him explain kind of what he's doing. I know we showed you kind of something similar when we did Justin's wing. So what do you do next?
Well, since it's like a really funky shape on that car, it's not, you know, most of the older cars are pretty squarish.
Right. Yeah, even the Mustangs or the G bodies and all those cars are pretty
straightforward. I mean, you can only put the wing on so many ways on those.
Yeah.
But this is, I mean, you can see the shape of it. I don't know if you showed them.
Yeah, it's kind of similar actually to like the new style Corvette does something similar like that, and on those you have to put a brake in them to follow the deck lid. So
yeah, so like right here, it's kind of hard to show it, but like right here, it's going to have a step down on the radius brake, and then it'll flatten back out. So all this center section will be raised up, you know, like this
higher
high,
than the
like
rest
2
of
or
it.
3 inches or whatever it comes out to be, than the actual the sides. But yeah, like, so we got like the center line here, which I'm not going to mark it yet because I need to measure and square it up off of what the center measurement is on the actual deck lid. So we'll go center to here, figure out a measurement what's on the deck lid to where to start this radius bend.
Yep.
And then over here, so they're the same, and then measure off the center where we want the brake to stop, and then just go out from, so we have everything looks symmetrical.
Yeah.
And then we'll draw basically a straight line out here, which that'll all be extra long. And once we get on the car, we'll see what looks better and trim it, you know, accordingly.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to visualize it until you get the actual wing up there, even if it's big, you know. So
Yeah, I think he's thinking like 20 inches from here for a length. We'll probably leave it a little longer than that, and then cut it down. You can always trim it back, but around 20 inches from there. The side plates will be pretty big on this wing. How much past the car do you leave here, like for the bend down, for the side plate to
It
attach?
depends on the sides, like how curved they are, but anywhere from 1 inch to 3/4.
3/4 to 1 inch. So that's how much will be off the side
It
here.
depends on how the sides are. Like the one that I made for the Supra.
Yeah.
What is it? Was that the Mark III Supra, right?
Yeah, the super wings. Don't you
Yeah.
think?
Like those are real curved because I rolled them. So like, if you try and put those bolts like down low, it'll try and pull the wing up.
Right.
So I put it real close to the bend, so it kind of lets that spill plate, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, people don't realize, especially cars like this and the Supers, the Super Wing was pretty.
Yeah, it was pretty extensive to make.
Yeah,
that.
pretty time consuming. But these newer cars, even Justin's wing was a lot of work. And these one-off wings like this, where it's not going to be straight in the back, you can't just use one of our universal wickers. You have to hand cut the wicker, or you'd have to draw it in CAD and have it cut or something. Which is, either way, it's a lot of time for a one-off wing. But
yeah, they're really. It's hard to make one that looks good that flows with the car. You know?
Right.
That's the most difficult thing.
Yeah, but that's what it takes. This wing will be totally done. One-off aluminum, all the pieces, and then we'll have carbon wing pulled off of that aluminum, and then we'll keep the aluminum for in case a side ever cracks or they have any issue, they need to have another piece pulled. We'll have the aluminum to pull it, or need another wing for this body. But this wing will eventually be carbon. Right now it's just going to be aluminum, but I'd say it takes probably 2 solid days to build a wing like this.
Yeah,
like really, 2 whole days.
Really,
I mean,
the biggest challenge is just figuring out where you're going to go with it. Like,
right. Yeah.
You know, you can look at it and you put something up there, and you're like, oh man, that looks ugly.
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah,
the function too. I mean, this car's going to go 250,
yeah.
260 plus.
Yeah, so the wing's pretty important, and like we said, they're a lot of work, but
I mean, that's a really, really fast speed to be moving at. So
yeah, I won't be able to post the finished product in this video, but the next video will probably have the wing finished and on the car, so you guys can see that.
You got to put the Super Wing. You can kind of see.
Show the Super Wing.
Like the transformation from the aluminum to the carbon.
Yeah.
You know.
We don't have the aluminum one anymore.
Well, I mean, I'm saying like be able to see.
Yeah.
You can see this is what this wing was built out of aluminum.
Right, and then they pulled the mold off it and made it out of carbon. So. Yeah, I'll show you guys that in the next video. Actually, when we're done with this wing, we'll lay this wing up next to the Super Wing.
Yeah, like you can see that it was actually built out of aluminum first, and then they convert that over.
Yeah. Yep.
Carbon deal.
Yeah, we made the Super Wings, the carbon Super Wings. We make them for Induction Performance. Victor, he's the only one that sells them. To me, it's the best looking Super Wing. There's not a lot of options out there for the Super Wing, especially in carbon. So for a drag wing, I think it's the best looking wing. We'll show you guys that in the next video. When he gets this wing finished, we'll put them both up on a table and show you what they look like. This is a seat mount Danny just built for the G-body. Danny, tell us a little bit about this seat mount you got going on.
Well, since the seat's mounting almost on the stock floor, it doesn't have much support. You got factory seat mounts on the floor, but they're not really usable. And so we had to make this tubular deal that comes off of the crossbar with the main hoop, and then it fastens with this tab right here to one of the existing tabs on the floor for the stock seats. This catches the bar on the X-brace on the door side, and then we just put these 4 tabs here for seat mount, and this is crotch strap mount and seat belt tabs.
For anybody that doesn't know about bending tubing, to get this to hit this point and then come around and hit this point and make everything actually level is pretty hard. So Danny got that. I think it's pretty close, huh, Danny? 30,000, sir?
30,000.
It's within 30? No, but seriously, that is really hard to do, to hit that point to that point and make this still level in the right height you want it and everything else. So seat mount came out awesome. He's got it out so we can get welds around the bottom. Obviously, once it's in there on the floor of the car, it's going to be tough to do. So he's got that out, going to weld that up, put it back in. Eddie will weld it up tomorrow probably put it back in. What do you have left on this? That's it, right? I think pretty much, right?
Yeah, we may have to put that crossbar between the funny car cage bars just for the shoulder straps
for the seat belt,
kind of wrap around. Otherwise, if you were to get in a pretty good crash and go forward, your straps are going to be supported by the back of the aluminum seat.
Right.
It could flex, it could move, and that makes you move.
Yeah. So, yeah, the seatbelt placement, especially on the back, is pretty important. You don't want it like, if your back's here, you don't want it way low, like an inch or two below your shoulders.
This seat is going to have to be adjusted probably upper, you can't go down any farther, obviously. But
right.
With me sitting in it, I'm 6 feet tall, I can see pretty good, but I wouldn't want to be any lower.
Yeah.
And the guy that's going in it is shorter than me, so he may want to raise the seat up, which is easy. I'd make some like an aluminum bar or something like that, and just put it across here just to raise the seat up. And
plus, he's going to have a cushion and a driving seat, which it doesn't have right now.
The crossbar makes a big difference where that seat's at.
Right. Yep. So you want to make sure, like we just said, the seatbelt placement is pretty critical in these deals. So Danny had to put a little cross tube. The tube's in there, just not tacked yet.
The tube's in there in case we need it. If we had to raise this seat up 3 inches, probably going to be able to use the bar that's already there.
Right. Okay.
But if it's down where it is now, it needs a bar just not that far below the one that's in there, because There's nothing down there.
Yeah, it's too high or it'd be too low to go to the next.
Yeah, if you raise it up, probably going to get away with the bar that's there. If you
Right.
leave it where it's at or raise it up only like a ½ inch or an inch or whatever like that, then you're going to need that bar.
Yeah.
Bar can stay there no matter what. If you raise it up, bar's useless. It just sits there. So.
Yep, so that's it pretty much. Danny's got this thing about wrapped up and it should be close. We're gonna put the exhaust back on. It already had an exhaust coming out the fender from when it came here. We gotta put that back on. If it's not in a way, we may do some tubes out the front. The owner just asked about doing those, so we may do those as long as the exhaust fits. We just haven't got to that yet. So we'll have to see, but hopefully we can have this thing finished up close to the end of the week, I think. Maybe the beginning of next week.
Yeah, it's coming along.
Yeah, so this one will be wrapped up. This 56 is really, really close. The Minion, we'll be getting on that. As soon as this comes off the lift, the Minion will be going on the lift. The FRS is gonna have a bunch of people on it to get it knocked out. And we got 2 F bodies and a bunch of stuff. So now that we're getting, got Justin's car out of here, have a lot of free time. A lot of people freed up.
Yeah, this car is a lot harder to do than a Pro Mod.
Oh yeah.
Pro Mod takes a lot longer.
Yeah.
But this car is a lot harder to do because of all the factory sheet metal you got to work around and cut out pieces to get to welds and a lot of work.
And I did a video with Troy on the sheet metal stuff. I kind of told him, like, going to the tunnel, like making that lip there.
Yep.
That receiver lip on a stock tunnel is tough because you're working with, like you said earlier, stamped piece of metal that's round and square and all kinds of weird shapes, and then you're trying to go to a flat piece of metal.
Sheet metal on a car like this 2 or 3
Yeah.
times harder to do than a Pro Mod.
For sure, yeah. The sheet metal just in the back of this car probably takes almost as long as the sheet metal in a complete Pro Mod. So just the back half of this is equal to the same amount of labor roughly as doing a whole Pro Mod. Because a Pro Mod, when you build it, it's designed with the sheet metal in mind. These cars obviously aren't designed to have sheet metal put in the back. So anything else, Danny, for your fans, for the Danny fans?
My fans, yeah.
Huh?
I don't have fans.
For the fire line and brake line fans and the tubing fans?
Hey, I can do that.
He does everything in Danny. Everyone in here is pretty good except for me.
They don't let me touch the welding machine a whole hell of a lot, which is good. That's
No,
fine.
he's been tacking.
Well,
You've been tacking.
I'm old now. I don't see as good as I used to. Unless,
You've been
like,
tacking though.
If I'm like this, I'm good. If I'm like this, you can't see it.
Everything Danny fits really good. Definitely don't have no problems there. You guys can see. I mean, all the stuff fits really good.
I can fit.
Yeah, he can fit and bend stuff and do pretty much anything. Jesse over there he doesn't really hang out with us much anymore now. He's got a girlfriend.
Yeah, he's all by himself over
Yeah,
there working away. He's happy.
He got these earbuds.
He's a happy kid.
That's how I knew he had a girlfriend. He got these earbuds or these earpods or whatever. What are they called? AirPods?
What is it?
What are these called? The things in your ears.
The headphones?
Yeah, the headphones. They're not
AirPods,
AirPods.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
AirPods. Yeah, as soon as he got those, I knew he had a girlfriend.
As soon as I got him, what?
Yeah, as soon as you got him, I knew you had a girlfriend.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
You
That was.
At the same time.
That-
Just about the same time.
I'm telling you, that's what it was.
crazy how that works, right?
He got him, and then I thought he was over here talking to himself for the first few days, and it turns out he's just on the phone with his girlfriend.
Is that what it was?
I think so. See if Troy gets some AirPods, I don't have to worry about him over there.
I talk to myself anyway.
He does. He really does talk to himself.
Yeah.
Does that scare you when he's over there talking to himself and you're over there working with him?
I learned not to say nothing because the first time I started working with him, he said something. I go, "Huh? You talking to me?" No, I talk to myself once in a while. The next time I said, "Hey, you talking to me?" He goes, "Hey, I told you I'm talking to myself." So after he said that, I just shut up.
Troy, say it isn't so.
No,
I mean, you gotta throw some ideas around with yourself sometimes.
answer back and forth.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. Gotta do it.
And then the voices step in on occasion too, so
Yeah.
it's like a 4 or 5 way conversation.
That can
some
get
days.
pretty crazy, huh?
Mind is always racing.
Oh yeah, look at that. I like that.
Yeah, it's kind of piecing it together.
Mm-hmm.
Take a swing at it. I think we got a program now.
Yeah, the sheet metal on the back of these cars is definitely a lot more challenging than sheet metal on a Pro Mod.
Yeah, chances are if this was a Pro Mod, we wouldn't even be doing 10 back here.
Right, it'd be just open. For the most part, all the Pro Mods stop like halfway through the tub. We just cut them off and seal them
Basically
to the
at
top of the car.
windshield.
Yeah, at the window somewhere.
10 stops at the back.
All right.
Danny, you just got done telling him you didn't weld.
Well, you know, sometimes you got to get pulled in.
Let's see what it looks like. That's pretty good, Danny.
And there's that one.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but see, I'm up close and I can see, and it's a real easy thing to do.
Yeah, but that's a pretty good weld. Look at that. That thing's gold and everything, Danny. I like that.
I got a real good machine here, and I kind of just got to get comfortable. But you put me in a situation like that out there where it's really hard to get to, that's what I can't do anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I was never super great at all that anyway. But
It is tough in those weird positions, but
but
thankfully.
I ain't no titanium welder. I've never done that in my life. Never tried it.
I'm sure you could do it.
And there's tricks to that, though. I got to talk to Mr. Edward about
Danny?
that.
Yeah. Yeah, Danny always gets nervous at first, but there's nothing I haven't put him on that he didn't do good at, so I don't believe him now when he says he can't do stuff. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I'm gonna let Danny get back to welding. Once he's done welding that up, he's gonna put it in the car and he's gonna head home for the day. I'm excited to show you guys all the new projects we have now that Justin's car is gone. Thanks again to all you guys that watch. Make sure you like and comment. Any comments, any suggestions you have help. And if you've been watching and you like, make sure you subscribe. Thanks again for watching.